Beautiful September Sunday in Dover, Delaware. Partly sunny skies and nearly 140,000 dry race fans here to see if Ryan Newman can continue his reign at Dover. Today, the stars of the Winston Cup Series face one of NASCAR's toughest tracks. And here's a look at the NASCAR top 10 heading into today's race. Kenseth still in control. Jimmy Johnson is 68 points behind Earnhardt. Ryan Newman was 27th in points after 11 races. 16 races later, he's 5th. Busch and Bobby Labonte tied for 7th. Michael Waltrip is 48 points in front of 11th place Tony Stewart.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the gentleman that built the Monster Mile for the most famous words in auto racing, Melvin Joseph.
Gentlemen, please start your engine.
Drivers, 400 miles. The question, which of them will reach the checkered flag first?
Back in victory lane at Dover for the second time.
Jimmy Johnson sweeping New Hampshire International Speedway races in 2003. Qualifying canceled when NASCAR on the track shortened the weekend schedule due to Hurricane Isabel. And the starting lineup for today's 400-miler. The top 35 in the field lined up according to owner points. Then you get back into some others, former winners and champions and things like that. But basically, owner points determining the lineup. So as you look down through the field, it'll have a very familiar look to it. The guys who have been up front most of the season are up front at the start.
And in row 2, a couple of guys that were very good in practice yesterday. Maybe Jimmy Johnson a little bit faster than Kevin Harvick.
While we look through the rest of the starting lineup, let's talk to a guy who's been pretty hot the last couple of weeks. Ricky Rudd's got 2 straight top 5 finishes, and he's a 4-time Dover winner.
How about it, Ricky? This is Wally in the booth. You hear me?
Wally, got you loud clear.
Okay, we know you know how to get around this place. You've got 4 wins here. Can you bring that Air Force car, make it 5?
Wally, we sure going to try. You know, we've been pretty good. We've been really good last couple of weeks with the Motocraft Air Force car, but we were a little tight yesterday in practice, and a little tight at Dover is a bunch tight. So Pat Trice and all the guys, they freed this race car up, or tried to overnight. So I think we'll have a good run if we didn't get it too free.
You going to be able to remember all these rule changes today, or are you going to have some help with that?
I think we're just going to sort of wing it today. You know, I'm sure, I think we got the gist of it. I'm sure there's going to be some give and take with this new rule change, but I think we understand it.
Okay, Ricky, thanks a lot and good luck today.
Hey, we appreciate it, y'all. Thanks.
Ricky Rudd, Wood Brothers Ford, going to start in row number 12 today in search of a 5th Dover win. We continue to look through the starting grid for today's race. Kenny Wallace, Stacker 2 car, back there with Steve Park in the AOL machine in row 16. Mike Skinner, his 15th Dover start. Todd Bodine back there in row 17.
Back in 37th position on the inside of row 19, Jason Leffler. And Tony Fair reminded him this morning, this race has been won from position 37. Don't worry about setting any records, starting back there and winning the race.
Jeff Green driving the Petty 43 this week. Derek Cope in the field, and Hermie Sadler got the last spot. The way the field was lined up after qualifying was canceled. Ricky Craven will drop to the rear. Engine change on the Tide Ride this morning. 43 drivers set to go before nearly 140,000 fans. Matt Kenseth, the championship leader, on pole. Remember, no more racing back to the caution flag. One of the things we'll keep an eye on as we go throughout the day.
Looks like Bobby Labonte had a little trouble on that start there.
3 wide off turn 2.
That's not good on lap 1.
Bobby Labonte looks like he has some damage to the right rear quarter.
I think he either missed a shift or something on that restart that he may have gotten run into.
And Matt Kenseth in our pre-race show talked about wanting to lead the first lap here, get those 5 bonus points. He did not do it. Harvick to the front.
Kenseth second, being challenged by Ryan Newman for that spot. Second and third there, then Dale Earnhardt Jr. fourth, and Kurt Busch fifth on the break. Then it's Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon as second place changes hands. I want you to notice in the corners the difference in the color of the concrete surface between where most of those cars are running and the higher lanes.
And Matt Kenseth has had
trouble.
Turn one, Mike Skinner. Behind him, Ken Schrader gets tagged by, it looks like, Derek Cope, and bounces off the wall.
Oh, man.
Gas it. Clear high. Move it up.
Third place, Dale Jr. on Matt Kenseth.
Hey, Matt's having a hard time right now getting into the corners. He gets down in there and he hits the bottom of the car, slides up to the middle of the racetrack. So he's got his hands full right there.
Whoa.
Bill, what's going on with the 17 car, Matt Kenseth?
Just way too loose, Wally. As soon as the caution came out, said, sorry, I can't do anything up here. This car is just too loose.
Okay, so what he's doing is he's driving down the corner, and instead of keeping the car down on the bottom where the car would spin out, he's turning it back up the racetrack to keep the car from spinning out. That's why he's drifting up the track.
So he lost 4 positions in the last mile. And Kenseth now back to 7th place after starting on pole.
But folks, if you're a Matt Kenseth fan, don't despair yet, because they can adjust this car on the first pit stop. And this racetrack, as the day progresses, a lot of times gets tighter and tighter. Something that's that bad right now at the end of the race may be good.
Talked about Bobby Labonte and that initial start issue there, Bill.
And you had it right, Alan. He did go from third to second. He told his crew maybe the shifting lever is just a little too loose because it's never done that on me before. The tack hit 9,900. So in addition to some of that body damage, you got to wonder how things are under the hood.
Yeah, that's one thing a rev limiter will not take care of is when you go from a fourth. When you're upshifting like from third to fourth and go to third to second, it tags the engine hard.
Tony Stewart around Matt Kenseth into turn 3. Tony up to 7th spot, Kenseth back to 8th. Dave?
And expected to hear Tony's crew talking to him on his radio, but instead it was his teammate. The 18 of Bobby Labonte has two-way radio communication with him. He told him, I'm sorry, I made the wrong shift there. And Tony said, well, I was just wondering what happened.
New leader.
Ryan Newman, the 12 car who won here in June, has gone back to the front, gone by Kevin Harvick.
When you were out on multi-car teams, did you have the ability to talk directly from
Absolutely.
your car to your teammates?
I used to be able to talk to Mark Martin when we were teammates.
Yeah, and Roush.
In fact, it helped on a restart one time. We snookered somebody.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Tag team? You want to tell the story?
Yeah, we're at Watkins Glen, and Mark was first, and Jimmy Spencer was second, and I was third. And I got on the radio and told Mark, I said, hey, I'm going to try to make a move here on the start, so just delay the restart and throw your hand up when you're ready to go. So when he threw his hand up, I dropped the hammer, and I got by Jimmy, and we finished 1-2.
How about that?
See, Spencer, now you know the rest of the story.
Thank you, Paul. New leader Kevin Harvick, Ryan Newman is heading for pit road.
Thinks he's got a flat tire. Marty.
BP, it literally was not 4 laps ago. Ryan Newman came on the radio, said this thing is terrific, it's a little tight. And then he came on the radio 1 lap later and said something is wrong. The car feels extremely loose. They're going to affect a 4 tire change here on Ryan Newman's car. He said, I think I have a tire going down. I'm not 100% sure. Matt Borland left it up to Ryan as to whether or not to come down pit road. Ryan said, I'm coming in. 4 tires. If it stays green, this will not hurt him.
Excellent stop.
Great pit stop. Just over 13 seconds according to our clock.
Pit road speed here at Dover is 35 miles an hour. It is a long time you spend on pit road. Ryan is accelerating off of pit road. Kevin Harvick is at the start-finish line. Ryan is almost 3 laps down by the green flag pit stop. That hurts. The racetrack had to do a massive amount of work to get this place ready. You see all these hospitality tents, they're all surrounding the speedway in all different corners. They had to take all those down, all the flagpoles, all the banners, everything that was put up in preparation for the race that they have to do weeks in advance. They had to take all down for the storm to come through here Wednesday, Thursday. They spent all day and all night Friday reassembling this place to get it ready to host fans. And we got a car on the wall in turn 1. It's Joe Nemechek.
And heavy contact.
Fluid tire right front.
Wow.
Hit hard.
Boy, I guess.
Boy, did it ever hit hard. He's knocked the fuel pump off. That's where the fire is coming from.
And the safety workers already rolling. The field slowing down as the caution flag came out. The fire truck heading to Joe right now.
See, that's why we have this room.
Get out of that car, buddy. Get out of it.
Good sight.
Man's he hot. No, I mean,
No
he's
pun
angry.
intended.
He's angry, yeah.
It's good that he's feeling good enough to be mad when he got out of the car after a hit
And
like
look at that car burn. It's going to burn to the ground.
Yeah, there you see definitely a blown tire. Those are the tracks.
Yes. And that's seem like they always blow just when
I
you
know.
enter the corner.
Just and turn 1, it seems to happen a lot.
Looking ahead from Kevin Harvick's car. Wow.
Corner wall up there. Corner wall up there. Outside wall up there. Out.
That's Danny Culler, the spotter on the 29 car, warning his driver.
Nothing that you can do when you lose a tire going into a corner like that, especially here.
And look at the damage to the right side of that car.
You're going so fast here down in the turn 1. It's hard to appreciate how these cars, how much speed is taken down in a turn 1 here.
That is unbelievable. And here comes the field to the opening of pit road now.
And once again, you've got to follow the car in front of you all the way down pit road. Matt?
Bill Elliott hits pit road in the 6th position. The car was good on entry, a little tight on exit. Mike Full-DeCucci will fix it with air pressure in the right rear. Marty.
Jeff Gordon running 3rd, Matt, a little bit tight in traffic, but I'm happy with it, and I'm afraid to loosen it up anymore. Keep it just like it is. 4 tires, no changes, Dave.
Kevin Harvick's Jackman Mike Sears back after a week suspension, doing just fine on the car. Air pressure only for Kevin, little loosened at the beginning of the run. Bill?
Anderson, Quick, McRae and company, the guys that got hit last week working on Jimmy Johnson's car. It's tight, wedge adjustment, air pressure adjustment. They warned him about a very tight pit road. He's on his way. Watch out for the 20.
Yeah, watch out. 20 almost had a collision, but luckily we didn't.
Kevin Harvick out first, Jeff Gordon out second. Then Bill Elliott, Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart. So Dale Jr. losing a couple of spots on that exchange of pit stops. Here's the camera at the scoring line at pit exit.
See, Harvick wins the race easily. Jeff Gordon picks up a spot.
Man, this is a fast racetrack.
It is.
Kevin
You can
Harvick.
see the advantage of being on the bottom right now. You've got Earnhardt Jr., Tony Stewart, those guys are kind of stuck up on the outside. The car is a lap down. Still, if you can be at the bottom of the racetrack, it's faster. And these guys are losing a lot of ground on leaders right now. They need to clear that traffic.
Kevin Harvick leads, Jeff Gordon second, Bill Elliott third. Then the lap car of Steve Park before you get to 4th place Dale Earnhardt Jr. and 5th place Tony Stewart. 7 car Jimmy Spencer, 2nd car 1 lap down, 23rd place. And again, what happens now with these new rules, it's important for Steve Park to stay in front of Jimmy Spencer. It's important for Jimmy Spencer to get around Steve Park in case the caution comes out. Now Spencer's that first car not on the lead lap, and if the yellow comes out, he gets the free pass around the pace car. Yeah, I know it's going to take a little while to get used to, but same for the drivers. Johnny Benson in the 10 trying to get up there and be that first car a lap down.
That's right. He wants to be the ball, get up front.
He's 23rd now. Second car one lap down, and here comes Ryan Newman into that picture.
And that's the guy that's really got to hurry. He's
Oh, look out. Jamie McMurray just dives on the inside of Ryan Newman.
Now McMurray's a lead lap car. He's in 7th place, racing Elliott Sadler in the yellow car there for that spot.
And what John Erickson, the spotter on that 12 car, did a good job then to tell him the 42 car was there, because I just knew he was going in the corner in the groove and there was going to be a crash.
And the 31 of Robbie Gordon also not on the lead lap, 26th place.
Newman still has a very fast race car. He's making those passes on the outside like that.
Here he is.
This is a battle for the 22nd position. Why are you showing this? Because this is important. Ryan Newman now in the 12 car becomes the first car a lap down.
So he gets the free pass if the yellow comes out.
That's right.
And that car's fast on old tires.
Now the question is, can he catch Kevin Harvick and maybe get himself back on the lead lap without the help of that caution?
It'd be a lot better if he could.
We know he's fast.
Because then he could pit with the leaders. A lot of things he could do if he can catch the leader and get by him.
Boy, there's some numbers on the day. Started first, lowest 42nd. Say started first, highest first. I knew what I was trying to say. Kevin Harvick, Jeff Gordon are the top two in the MBNA America 400 at Dover International Speedway. 138 laps completed here. Tony Stewart, Bill Elliott on the move though, trying to catch these top two. Caution has just come out. Bobby Labonte's run into trouble in turn 4. Gotten into the outside wall with the right side of the 18 car.
And it was just in front of the leader, Kevin Harvick.
And the caution flag did not work out for Ryan Newman. It does work out for Ricky Rudd. He was just put a lap down by leader Kevin Harvick, and he's going to be the one that gets the free pass around the leader at the end of the caution period.
And Labonte looks like another right front tire. He's in the middle of the corner, and all of a sudden the car just shoots to the right.
Yeah, see
that'll be a front tire, flat tire on the right front.
Ryan Newman not able to get up there and be that first car one lap down to get his lap back. Here they come, Matty.
4-time Dover winner, but never on the concrete. Bill Elliott runs in 4th. He says the car is tight, especially up off the corner. Crew Chief Mike Ford's going to try to fix it for Bill with a track bar adjustment, Marty.
Matt tied on throttle for Jeff Gordon running in second. A quarter round in the right rear of Wedge. 4 tires. Jeff said, I'm really, really good. Not too big an adjustment. Dave?
Air pressure adjustment for Kevin Harvick. He was really sliding the nose near the end of the run. Half a pound out of both front tires. He's clean up pit road, Bill.
The 48 car of Jimmy Johnson is good. He wants a little bit more grip, so they made a small adjustment to the inner liners in the front tires. Also made a track bar adjustment, right rear air pressure adjustment.
24?
Yep.
Got him out.
Jeff Gordon off pit road first, followed by Bill Elliott, Kevin Harvick, Dale Jr., and Tony Stewart under caution at Dover. First time today, Jeff Gordon has led. Let's see what the clean air does for his car.
If it's the same as as years past.
Third place. Sorry, BP. Dale Jr. underneath Kevin Harvick for third.
15 car had trouble there.
Michael Waltrip. That's Michael down on the apron. Did it blow up?
I saw smoke. I couldn't tell if it was engine smoke or looks like it.
And for the lead, Junior has caught Jeff Gordon.
See how good that car gets in right there? I mean, when you got a car like that and get in the corner down at Dover, you're going to be passing a lot of guys.
And Jeff Gordon didn't like it when that 8 car pulled up right behind the back of that 24 car and made it extremely loose.
And now Jeff will try to return the favor.
Yeah, he's trying his best to return the favor.
See how he's getting right up on the back of that 8 car. He's trying to make him as loose as possible. That's how you get somebody aero loose.
This at 160
there, and he did it right there. That's exactly what he did. He pulled it off.
How do you like that? See?
That's what you got to be careful of in Winston Cup racing. If you're going to do it to a guy, you better hurry up and leave him, because if you don't, he's going to come back at you.
Junior tried that high line. That worked pretty good for him off 2.
That's good stuff right there.
If you were a betting man and you had a penny on Dale Earnhardt Jr. right now, you'd be looking good, though we have quite some distance to go here at Dover today in our 400-miler. 167 laps remaining. Junior out in front by an even second over Tony Stewart, with Jeff Gordon, Jamie McMurray, and Kevin Harvick rounding out your top 5. About 30 laps away from pit stops for the leaders.
And the top 3 cars, Junior, Tony Stewart, and Jeff Gordon, all running about the same speed. Jeff Gordon may have a little bit of an edge.
Tony Stewart picked up 2/10 on Junior that lap. So he's working the traffic a little bit.
Jeremy Mayfield and Elliott Sadler here. Mayfield just taking 7th spot away from Sadler. Caution for debris. They were talking about it for a lap or so, and it has been spotted. Ricky Craven
is the lucky dog.
Gets the pre-pass.
But Newman now will be the first car lap down, so
as long as he holds that spot off the pit road.
Yep. The boys are pretty good in the pits.
Oh, yeah. Pit stops. Matt Yoakum.
Mayfield's team goes to work. His car just a tick tight. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment. That's the only adjustment they've made all day, Marty.
We heard the radio traffic too loose at the beginning of the run for Jeff Gordon. He said by the time it came in, it was too late. 4 tires, and they take out that adjustment he wanted. Dave?
4 tire change for Dale Jr. No changes to the car. A little bit tight getting in, but no changes. Bill?
A track bar adjustment back to where it was before the last stop, and an air pressure adjustment, and the race off of pit road. They got a big break because Matt Kenseth, who pits in front of them, stayed out on the track.
Aha, Kenseth trying to lead a lap, get 5 bonus points.
First car off the pit lane, Dale Jr.
That's a pretty good race off.
Yep, was a good race.
Good crowded down there.
It really gets exciting back here now. Somewhere in here. There we go.
Yikes. Dale Jr. leads. Jeff Gordon second, Tony Stewart third. Now Ryan Newman is the first car, 1 lap down. He is 4th in line on the racetrack.
Now Gordon made up a lot of ground on Dale Jr. that time.
Remember when these two played I'll loosen your car up, you loosen mine earlier? See if Gordon can get close enough to him to wiggle him. Comes back around lap 182, 183. Okay, Dave, you have sleuthed your way to a conclusion.
Well, you know, it's the kind of things the guys don't like to talk about, but it really wasn't technically a mistake. Rear tire changer was still pulling his gun away from the situation when the jack dropped and Jamie took off. Spinning the tire, caught the air gun, knocked off the valve stem.
Thank you.
Wow. Look at Junior there.
New leader. Jeff Gordon by, Tony Stewart through. Junior back to 3rd.
See it? What? It just looks like he's struggling all of a sudden, like he's wiggling the car. And
I'll tell you what, Tony Stewart isn't struggling. Look at that 20 car close up on the back of Jeff Gordon and drive on the inside. A lot of strength in that 20 car right now.
Almost 140,000 here at Dover today. They're all on their feet. Couple of lead changes in a couple of laps, and now it's Tony Stewart out in front.
Hey, Dave, is the 8 car loose?
Well, he hasn't said anything on the radio yet, guys. We've been waiting for him to chirp in, but he has not said a thing. And now he just said, real loose off. There's the report.
Okay.
Look loose.
Junior back to third, and now it's Kevin Harvick closing up on him from behind.
And again, Kevin Harvick, the 29 car, he showed a lot of strength earlier in the race. The last couple stops, he's kind of faded back about the top 5. They may have made some perfect adjustments to the 29 car, and looks like he's coming back towards the front.
There's Junior driving up the racetrack into turn 1. That's what you were talking about earlier in the race, Wally, about when your car's loose in, you can't turn that wheel too hard when you get to the corner.
That's right. You got to drive up the racetrack to keep the car from spinning out. Ooh, Ricky Craven may have bounced off the wall getting off of turn 2. Bunch of guys got jammed up over there.
32 car was in 16th place last time he came to the start-finish line.
Looks like he's going to try to get down thought he was going to hit the pit lane, but tires are up. Maybe he's got an engine that let go.
Yeah, there's some question as to whether he's under power or not.
Oh, Junior really loose off turn 4 as Harvick was trying to get alongside the 8 car.
And the last thing Junior wants right now is somebody behind him. That's another thing that he'll go in the corner, and if he knows Harvick's going to run on the bottom, he'll get up to the top of the racetrack. And don't want anybody on your rear bumper if you're loose. It's just going to make it worse.
And while they're racing for a spot, they're catching Jeff Gordon for second.
Now that'll help Junior's car a little bit if he can get right behind the 24 car. That'll help tighten him up a little bit.
They're not running the same line. Second place here. Jeff Gordon, Dale Jr., Kevin Harvick.
Hey, what, Junior may be loose, but his car's pretty fast right there.
It sure is.
Ooh, he's going to take it down the bottom.
Come on now.
Here's where it's going to get loose.
Oh!
You know Gordon's going, he did it to me again.
And so maybe I'll try and do it to him.
But as we said, first thing you got to do is catch him. All of a sudden, the 24 car seems to be struggling with her setup.
Yellow is out. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Yeah, okay. Debris on the racetrack.
All right, now we're at 286 laps. I don't think anybody can make it the rest of the way, but they come in now, change 4 tires.
Splash and dash later.
Splash of gas. And now the 12 car, he gets the free pass.
Yeah. After the pit stops, Ryan Newman will be sent past the pace car and will line up at the end of the cars on the lead lap for the restart. That's what they've been working at for what, 200 laps now? It's lap 46 when he got behind. Watch Ken Schrader's car.
Bumper going to fly off.
Remember, he was involved in the wreck back at lap 3.
There it is.
Whoop. Clunk, clunk, clunk. That Bill Elliott got it. Jimmy Spencer got it. Terry Labonte, no. Johnny Benson got it.
And look at the damage it did to the nose piece on Benson's car.
I don't think, did Elliott get it? I thought he missed it.
As the field comes to pit road, stop's going to be with 111 laps to go. Tony Stewart, Jeremy Mayfield, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Kevin Harvick, the top 5 coming in. 18 on the lead lap now. They'll be in 19th at the end of the caution. Matty?
Kenny Francis calls Jeremy Mayfield to a stop. They pull a couple tear-offs off. That's the only adjustments they're planning on making to Mayfield's Dodges. It's the best this car has been all day, Marty.
No one pitting behind or in front of Jeff Gordon. Should be an easy exit. Car a little bit too tight. Half pound in the right rear tire should loosen him up. Dave?
20 car needs to be a little bit tighter on exit, just a little bit of air pressure in the left rear to fix that. By the way, he said, where'd the 19 come from, Bill?
Car
is still tight for Jimmy Johnson. They continue to work on a chassis adjustment. Give him 4 tires, send him on his way. Has to squeeze past the 17 and in front of the 2.
Yeah, squeeze is the operative word on that whole pit road scene that time.
I tell you, those guys talked about down in the garage here this morning just how tight pit road is. It would just be 6 or 7 feet wider. It would be much better.
Stewart.
Junior. They must have heard Tony Sr. when he pops when he got on those guys.
They heard us talking about it.
The 20 of Tony Stewart. Last pit stop, 15 and change, but he's still out front. Alan?
He's out in front, Bill, but he's probably a little farther out than he can make the finish on fuel. Are we going to see some people come diving in when we get the one-to-go signal and try and top off the tank? That'll be interesting.
Wonder how many teams can run over 100 miles. Here come some of them that think they can.
Ryan Newman, remember, back on the lead lap. You saw him get the free pass around the pace car, and now Newman going to be back in 19th position, Marty.
Alan, the reason for Ryan Newman coming back down pit road, they did not get the fuel cell full last time. They spilled a lot of fuel here on pit road, so he's going to come back down. They're going to get it full. They're also going to hit one lug on the right rear. This is one of the caveats of getting your lap back. Doesn't matter how slow your stop is, he still gets that lap back. So he's going to go back out. He'll get the free pass all the way around, and he'll still be the last car on the lead lap.
How far can we go on fuel, BP?
Well, I don't know. He thinks he can go 105 miles because that's what he's going to have to go if he doesn't stop again. But you know that's what he's getting ready for.
I wonder why he's stopping. He keeps stopping like that. Why doesn't he just stop with one to go here?
In case other people stop at one to go, then he's in front of them, right? And one to go will come this time. Tony Stewart leading, Dale Earnhardt Jr. second, Kevin Harvick third, Jeff Gordon fourth, Jeremy Mayfield fifth. First car one lap down is Jimmy Spencer in the 7. Mark Martin there in the 6 is the first car 2 laps down. And he is out in front now by 1.7 seconds. Our Napa Field summary, the 5 cautions on the day. We showed you the 3 crashes rather, plus 2 yellows for debris. Leaders today, Kevin Harvick, Tony Stewart, Dale Jr., Ryan Newman, Jeff Gordon, Sterling Marlin, and Matt Kenseth. Out of the race, Hermie Sadler, Ricky Craven, Mike Skinner, and Michael Waltrip to engine failure, and Joe Nemechek to the crash.
BP? Yes. Jeremy has knocked about a second off that 3.9 I just talked about 5 laps ago.
Ricky Rudd by Rusty Wallace to pick up a 12th place.
He's now 2.9 seconds behind. Caution. Now he's going to get a lot closer.
Bring you up the wall over here.
Did you say 23 rubbed the wall? Yeah, it looks that way. 23 being Kenny Wallace.
Okay, now we don't have to worry about fuel.
We might.
Now the question is,
if they all come in,
who will stop and get a splash of fuel?
Yeah, who'll just get 2 tires or no tires here and the scramble off pit road?
Anything, Kenny? No.
Let's check it out.
Well, by getting loose, Greg Biffle gets up on the back of the 23 car and
he's right. He didn't hit anything.
He didn't hit anything.
No, not yet. Okay, he gave it a scare. Tony Stewart's crew got him off pit road first last time. Let's see who takes fuel only, who takes right side tires.
80 laps, BP. What do you think on the tire deal? I'm going to say I want 4.
I would think that I would want 4 as well, but we'll see. Most of them are coming in.
37 laps since they last pitted. Matty?
This could be the race-winning move for the Duke crew. Mayfield makes his way in. The car was getting better as he went on. They're going to make a slight air pressure adjustment in the right rear to try to make the car a little more free, Marty.
Jeff Gordon has fallen to 5th. The car a little bit too tight. 3/4 of a pound out of the right front tire will be their only adjustment. Dave?
Last time air up on the left rear didn't work. This time air down in the right rear. Still a little bit loose off. 4 tires for Tony Stewart. Bill?
Big chassis adjustment for Jimmy Johnson in the low Chevy. Just too tight. Gets 4 tires, 1 can of fuel. Now he's on his way. Look out, everybody.
And the only one I saw not take 4 tires, Dale Earnhardt Jr. went for 2 tires and went off pit road a long time before everybody else got out.
I didn't hear him. What about the 38 car?
And Ryan Newman did not pit. No, Newman didn't pit.
That's a real shock.
How about Elliott Sadler?
Marty?
Last second decision. It was Matt Borland's decision. We're going to come down pit road. He said, stay out, and start saving fuel now.
We'll double check with Matty, but I thought the 38 got 4 tires.
Good pit stop if they did.
Yeah. So Ryan Newman doesn't pit. Looks like he's going to take over the lead here at Dover, and we've got 72 laps to go. As the green flag flies with 70 laps to go, Ryan Newman did not pit onto the caution. He's the leader. Dale Earnhardt Jr. with just right side tires. He's second. Then Tony Stewart with 4 tires is third.
Oh, almost some contact between the 12 and the 8.
Oh, look at that 20 car go.
Tony Stewart for second.
I believe 4 tires was the way to go.
Not so fast.
We'll see.
By the way, you were asking about Elliott Sadler. He did get 4 tires on his stop, so yes. Good stop for them. Elliott is running in 5th place. Tony Stewart to second. Junior back to 3rd. Kevin Harvick is 4th. Elliott Sadler 5th. Jeremy Mayfield back to 6th on the pit stops. Followed by Jeff Burton, Jimmy Johnson, Bill Elliott, and Jeff Gordon 10th.
10th and in traffic.
Lost a chunk on that round down the pit road. How about Ryan Newman and his crew? A lap down for what? A couple of hours?
Yeah.
Now he's out front in that clean air and he's back on the lead lap. The question is, does he have enough fuel to get to the finish?
And the answer is no, unless there's more. The Zero and Mark Martin almost getting together off turn 2 as Junior losing almost about to lose another spot to Elliott Sadler. So looks like that 2-tire stop was not the right call.
Now on the radio, as they came to the pit stops, it sounded like Junior was the one that made the call for just the 2 tires.
All right, here we got to make a decision whether you want 2 or 4. It's probably going to be a lot of 2s, I would think, would you?
Yeah, I don't want to be back here. Keep me out front. Give me 2 tires. And might need a half pound in the right front. Yeah, I'm not sure. The 2 tires will probably tie me up, so I'll just leave it alone.
There's the guy you said was struggling so bad.
Yeah, he's about to get lapped.
19th place. Remember, he took the 2nd spot on the pit stops at lap 327 by getting right sides only. Excuse me, now he's back to 19th place.
See that? I think that. Let's see. Those guys got together, didn't they?
2 minutes for roughing there somewhere.
Was it Richmond? 99 and 31?
Yes. Payback.
What?
Marker.
Not.
Yeah. Robbie Gordon is 2 laps down in 25th place. Oh, trouble for Junior. Couldn't hang on to it. Into the wall. Caution's out. And the field slows immediately.
Well, he did have his hands full, that's for sure. He came off the 2 about 4 laps ago and almost lost it.
See him moving around inside the car.
As he was getting lapped by Ryan Newman.
Got up in the gray marbles or dirt or wherever you want to call it up there.
And Ashley was just trying to go faster than his car was capable of going, trying to keep up with Ryan Newman. On board with him.
Watch when he gets up just a little bit too high. Hear the wheels spin. That's because I lost grip.
One thing I guarantee you, he is not too happy right now. Good day gone bad all of a sudden for Dale Jr.
And he moves back to third position in the NASCAR Winston Cup point standings. As they run now, Harvick would move into second spot.
Junior hadn't gotten out of the car yet. You see the safety workers there working with him.
Making sure everything's okay before they move him.
Yep. Yeah, very, very typical procedure.
Yeah, what hurts, buddy?
So the safety workers there working with Dale Jr. And pit road will be open for lead lap cars this time. Any takers, you think? Marty, going to see the leader?
He, as of right now, will not come down pit road, Alan. I think we may see some cars behind him. They are 7 green flag laps short. I asked team engineer Mike Nelson, they're all engineers on the 12 bunch. He's the main engineer. He said that we need about 14 laps of caution laps.
Third place, Tony Stewart is going to pit.
Jimmy Johnson?
Jimmy Johnson will pit. Burton, but Kevin Harvick, Jeff Gordon, Elliott Sadler will stay out, as did Ryan Newman and Jeremy Mayfield. Dave?
Tony Stewart had to pit. This set of tires and the adjustment they made just not working for him. He said the rear end of the car was dancing all over the place. Wasn't happy at all. They're going to put that air pressure adjustment back in. That should be air into the right rear. Bill?
Canard bar adjustment for the 48, loose under throttle. Jimmy says he just can't get a handle on it. It's 4 tires, no fuel. They made the chassis adjustment. The 97, which was pitting behind him, is out of the race. He'll have to go around the 17 again. He's on his way. Meanwhile, right in front of him, Matt Kent is getting 4 tires and fuel, and he's on his way.
I would think that Jeremy Mayfield, when they throw this green flag, is going to try his best to get by as quick as he can.
I would think you're right.
Rather than wait till these cars get stretched out in line. All right, let's see what happens.
Green, green, green.
Green, green.
Oh, Ryan Newman got a great jump.
I'd say he did.
Terrific jump on Jeremy.
But Jeremy clears the lap cars pretty quickly. I'll tell you what, 28 laps to go and the field all bunched up tightly. We may not have seen the last of the yellow flag.
Yikes. You're right.
Jeff Gordon mired in some lap traffic. The 2 cars in front of him and the 2 behind him are not on the lead lap. And here we go for the lead.
Here we go.
Nope. Ryan comes down, blocks that move.
Gonna try to make him loose.
Loosen him up, yeah. Not quite.
That's what Jeremy's got to do. He's got to get that bumper right up underneath Ryan's bumper. It'd be better to do it if he could get it loose going into the corner. But Newman's getting in pretty good. Jeremy's getting off the corner a little bit better than the 12 car.
Here we go. Here we go. Got that position on him.
Got to be careful not to bounce off him and bend that right front fender in.
Now the drag race.
Jeremy just wiggled there. You see him just coming up off the corner?
Whoa, there's a chop.
He's racing for the lead with 25 to go.
He's not wrong. I was just pointing out there's a chop.
Okay. So he gets what, 2 of those before Jeremy says no more?
Yeah.
Under your earlier theory?
Yeah, it's usually 2. 2 free ones. Then you get the check.
Yeah. And this isn't helping Ryan Newman save any fuel, is it?
Jeremy's car is working a little bit better right now. Looks like that 12 car. He can stay down a little bit lower.
Of course, I've heard that we're going to be how many laps short for Matt Borland enough this year that I'm not sure.
I don't think they're thinking fuel mileage problems right now.
I'm not sure I'm buying that.
They're going, stand on it.
Marty?
Well, and then he's lying to his driver, too, because he came on the radio and said, you're going to have to run hard, put a little space between you and Jeremy. He's not doing a very good job of that. As Jeremy looks underneath, going into 1, guys.
For the lead again.
Jeremy just can't take that car down in the corner with Newman on the outside of it without getting loose.
All of the nearly 140,000 at Dover today are standing up watching it. Nipping.
Oh, Newman gets loose off turn 4, but still Jeremy not able to get a run on him.
It's getting closer, though. He's getting closer to him in the corner. That's what he's got to do. Jeremy should keep on working.
20 to go, next time, 20. Clear by 1.
That's an optimistic spotter. Clear by 1.
The spotter on the 12 car, the general manager of Penske South.
He needs about 2 foot more up on that 12 car to get him loose enough to where he'll have to backpedal on the throttle where Jeremy will be able to run underneath him.
I'll tell you what, Ryan is just hanging on to that.
He's doing a good job. Doing a real good job.
Wouldn't it be something if you ran out of gas in this position?
That'd be good for third place Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, exactly. You know, even battling like this, these two cars are faster than Harvick.
Harvick third, Jeff Gordon fourth. Tony Stewart has come back to fifth. Passed a bunch of those cars who stopped earlier. But all our attention on the top 2 as Jeremy Mayfield continues to try to put the pressure on Ryan Newman, and we wonder about the fuel pressure gauge in Newman's Dodge.
Now Jeremy's starting to wonder. Oh man, I just gave him everything I had without hitting him. How am I going to get around this 12 car?
Greg Newman, Ryan's dad, watching the monitor intently. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, easy, boys.
Oh.
Talking about bending that right front fender.
Yeah.
Got to be careful not to run too close right here together. The guy on the bottom will get loose.
We saw Jeff Burton do that. Oh, some more contacts that came off the corner.
Oh, that's great stuff.
Bob Wildberg with Dodge is not enjoying this one bit. He's loving to see this good battle, but man, these guys are. He wants one of these Dodges to finish.
Man, Newman smooth on that throttle.
Mayfield is applying all the pressure that can possibly be applied here, and Ryan is withstanding it all for now. Woo. Little slide up the track there.
Lost the nose, lost the air on the front of the car, on Jeremy's car.
It's a great illustration of an aero push. Now he's got to get back to him. Little breathing room for Newman here. Now he's clear by 1.
Yes.
And Kevin Harvick, the third place car, still 2 seconds behind these two. You're not missing anything behind them. The show is all at the front of the pack. Been a long time since Jeremy Mayfield has won one of these NASCAR Winston Cup races. Pocono, June 2000, his last victory.
Looks like he's stretching a little. I'll tell you what, I give Newman a lot of credit on that. He had the heat on him. He withstood the pressure.
And here is the update on Dale Earnhardt Jr. He is going to be transported to a local hospital for further observation. He is conscious, but he will be transported by the medical officials here to a local hospital for further observation and examination. Tony Stewart putting pressure on Jeff Gordon for fourth place. Remember, Stewart on fresher tires. Gordon didn't pit on that last caution. Tony did.
Just wonder if the 19 made enough contact to bend that fender up. And that's all it took.
Jeff Gordon way up the track. Tony Stewart through to fourth.
And you talked about Jeremy Mayfield, his last victory at Pocono in 2000. Remember who he bumped out of the way, the bump and run to win?
Yes, I do. The man himself.
Dale Earnhardt in the 3 car.
Yep. If Ryan Newman has enough fuel to win this thing. This is going to be the rally to cap all rallies right here.
No question about that. He did a great job having that pressure on him.
I don't think he's got enough fuel, guys.
It looks like Jeremy all of a sudden has picked up a push in his car because he's not running as low as he was.
If he bent that right front fender and lost some downforce on the nose,
that would do it. Also, though, when you run these cars that hard, you can hurt. You can hurt that tire. And it gets to a certain point where it heats up and just stops holding on like it was before.
Marty, what are they saying in the 12 pit?
That's the radio traffic between Matt Borland and Ryan Newman. He said if there's any way you can save fuel, do it please. What he's trying to do is maintain a certain gap with Jeremy Mayfield. Sometimes he'll slow down, sometimes he'll speed up, but all in an effort to save fuel, they are still short. Matt?
Keep telling Ryan Newman that he's about, he may not be able to make it on fuel, but they keep telling Jeremy Mayfield, it's a keep on it, keep on it. He is trying to hold on, although, Benny, he hasn't said anything about the car getting tight due to that damage to the fender. If there is damage, he is just up on the wheel.
Earlier I mentioned how he was easy on that throttle. That's one reason he's easy on the throttle, Ryan Newman. You don't want to jump back in the gas really, really hard right now if you're trying to save fuel. So he's really working that throttle smooth.
A little bit of junk on the grill there for the 12 car. Is that a piece of paper on there?
That'll just help right now.
Is that a piece of tape that's been there?
I think that's a piece of tape.
Five to go and they come back around.
All right. If Ryan, pretty soon now that 12 car is going to miss.
Yeah, that's some silver tape.
They're by 7. All right.
Does he have enough fuel? Mayfield not able to close back in and put any pressure on Newman. Ryan withstood the charge. Meantime, Tony Stewart is closing in on third place, Kevin Harvick.
Boy, he had to come back from a long way. He basically started in 25th position where he was, doubled up on that restart.
Yeah. But unless there's a caution and a quick restart, the best he's going to do is third. Now it's just a matter of fuel. Does Ryan Newman have enough fuel to make the finish? We have passed the point where NASCAR would use the red flag to try and ensure a green flag finish. So that's not going to help Mayfield either. Third place. That's going to be not much, well, I was going to say not much of a contest the way Stewart had a run on him in the center of the corner.
Got a good run there.
Tony goes to that position.
Actually, the best he can finish will be second if Newman runs out of fuel.
Yeah, you're right. 2 miles to go for Ryan Newman.
If he makes it, it's going to be unbelievable. He can still run that far on fuel.
Last pitted at lap 294, 106 laps. And the gap from first to second is that, 0.7 of a second. Here they come to the white flag. 1 more mile to go for Ryan Newman. He cut a tire at lap 46, went a lap and 3/4 down. But back on the lead lap at lap 296. And he's about to run the final 104 miles on a tank of fuel. Final corner.
Coming to the checker. Nice job.
Very nice job.
It held out to the finish.
Unbelievable.
Win number 7 of 2003 for Ryan Newman as he wins at Dover, completing the season sweep of the Monster Mile. Championship leader Matt Kenseth struggled most of the day, but here he comes to the finish line across in 9th position.
Good race in Mayfield, too.
Making a decent finish out of a tough day for Kenseth. And here's how they ran today at Dover. Ryan Newman with his 7th win of the season.
Last about 28 laps, so I didn't have a chance to drink anything. So
you were a little busy.
Yeah, I mean, Jeremy, he raced me really clean, and, you know, we got into a little bit there off turn 2 one time, and just racing really hard. He, like I said, he raced me clean, and I felt like I was racing him clean. I never intentionally blocked him. He had some good runs on me, and I just tried to hold him at bay.
He tried all he could. Was it a matter of your car getting too tight at the end, Jeremy?
Yeah, we were just too tight, and you know, I got underneath of him and just slid up a little bit. So kept sliding nose. But these guys done a great job in this Dodge today, and just sucks. You know what I mean? You come on second here, and that's twice behind him, and just we give it all we had, and that's all you can do, you know. But I'm happy for the guys, happy for this whole race team. They've done a great job. I'm excited on one hand, pissed off on the other. So, but I'm just real happy for all the guys and Dodge. And man, the engine ran good today. Had great pit stops. Just another day for us.
Accident championship standings. Matt Kenseth's lead was 4:04 over Earnhardt Jr. It is 4:36 over Harvick now. And there is Dale Earnhardt Jr. going to get the trip. You see him buckling himself into the helicopter. Wild afternoon here at Dover. No racing back to the caution. Ryan Newman, though, still came back from a lap down to pick up his 7th win of 2003. You've been watching NASCAR.